Soup's on.
Soup's on. Soup's on.
Bergen County apartments trade for $22 million in 1031 exchange. A real estate tax break on the Biden administration's chopping block is at the center of a $23 million multifamily deal in New Jersey. Bergen County-based Horn Rock Properties sold a 62-unit luxury apartment building at 15 West Johnson Avenue in Bergenfield for $22.5 million, the commercial brokerage Kislak Realty announced Thursday. Kislak declined to name the buyer, identified only as A. Hackensack LLC, but confirmed that the seller was Horn Rock, which developed the building. Kislak's Andrew Shinerman and Robert Squires brought in Horn Rock and the buyer, respectively. Known as the Bella at Bergenfield, the property was completed in 2020 and includes 57 one-bedroom apartments and 5 two-bedrooms, with asking rents starting at $2,250, according to Apartments.com. The average unit size is 869 square feet, according to Kislak, and the building's amenities include covered parking, a fitness center, a rooftop terrace, a lounge, and a work-from-home lobby. The buyer was able to purchase the building in part because of a 1031 exchange, which allows real estate investors to defer capital gains taxes on the sale of an investment property if the proceeds are soon used to make a similar real estate purchase. In this case, Squire said in a statement, the buyer sold an older garden-style apartment complex in Hackensack, and the purchase of the Bergenfield building completed the exchange. During his presidential campaign, Joe Biden proposed eliminating 1031 exchanges, also known as like-kind exchanges, for investors with annual incomes exceeding $400,000, and again called for their partial elimination after taking office. The real estate industry strongly disagrees with that idea.
Soup's on.
DNA Development sells retail condo for $50 million. DNA Development has sold its 4-story glass retail building in Midtown for just under $50 million, short of the $70 million or so it hoped to get when it put the 31,000 square foot building up for sale in 2018, according to property records made public on Thursday. DNA sold 12 West 48th Street between 5th Avenue and Avenue of the Americas to a limited liability company named 12 West 48th Street LLC on April 1st, property records show. Pincus Co. first reported news of the sale. The LLC could not be reached for comment, and DNA did not immediately respond to a request for comment. DNA bought the site, which was then home to a 7-story parking garage, from Gary Barnett's Extel Development Corporation in 2016 for $37 million and renovated it into a mixed-use office and retail jewel box building with a private rooftop. The developer contracted Enid Architects to design the building to be eye-catching with an angular concave glass facade with 75 feet of street frontage on 5th Avenue, Commercial Observer reported. The building is home to the Cafe Maman, a Citibank outpost, and Tend Dental on the 4th floor, according to each company's website. But that investment didn't pay off quite as much as DNA had hoped. The firm put the property on the market in 2018, looking to get double the $37 million it paid for the site, the Real Deal reported at the time. Cushman & Wakefield's John Cirallo and Craig Wagner brokered the sale. Cirallo and Wagner did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
Soup's on.
Host Hotels trades Sheraton Times Square to MCR Island Capital. Host Hotels and Resorts Incorporated has sold the 1,780-key Sheraton New York Times Square Hotel to MCR and Island Capital for approximately $373 million, or about $210,000 per key. The buyers touted the deal as one of the lowest prices per guest room paid for fee simple hotel real estate in Manhattan over the past 13 years. The sale represents a 28x multiple on 2019's EBITDA for HST. In connection with the sale, the Bethesda MD lodging rate is providing a $250 million bridge loan to the buyers. James F. Risolio, HST's president and CEO, said The sale of the Sheraton New York Times Square Hotel represents another important step in the transformation of our portfolio as we look to deploy capital into assets that will bolster our EBITDA, EBITDA, sure, why not, growth profile. MCR and Island plan to invest $100 million in capital improvements at the property, which MCR will operate as a Sheraton.
Soups. Ah.
Google to open retail store in Williamsburg. Google will bulk up its New York City footprint with a retail store in Williamsburg this spring. The tech giant leased a one-story building at 134 North 6th Street, Commercial Observer reported. The space, most recently a pop-up shop operated by the North Face, offers 3,980 square feet on the ground floor, along with a similarly sized cellar. Details on the lease's length and the asking rent for the space, which is owned by Dominic Laney's L3 Capital, were not available. The shop will be Google's first retail outpost in Brooklyn and its second in the city. The company opened a flagship store last summer at 76 9th Avenue in Chelsea, at the base of its block-long headquarters. The tech firm will join the ranks of other national retailers lining the North Brooklyn block between Berry Street and Bedford Avenue, including clothing stores Lululemon and Madewell and eyewear brand Warby Parker. Retail chains have zeroed in on Williamsburg, where competition for storefronts intensified last year, according to the Real Estate Board of New York. The neighborhood's retail corridors have benefited from remote work during the pandemic, according to the Observer, and boasts tourism appeal as international travel returns. Furniture company Interior Design will open an 8,322 square foot shop a block west at 109 North 6th Street, where it signed a 10-year lease earlier this month, the Observer first reported.